Welcome, confidential listeners, to my channel. This space is dedicated to sharing real-life experiences, the intimate letters, diary entries, and deep confessions you send me. Every week, I open up my inbox to stories of destiny, heartbreak, secrets, and those shocking twists of fate that change everything. Today, we are diving into a story I recently received titled, "I Still Love This Man, but I Will Never Be His Second Choice." It's a story about the fragile line between seeking comfort and losing one's dignity. So, close the door, turn down the lights, and listen closely, because the audience for this truth is only you. It was a devastating piece of news. One of those moments where time doesn't just slow down, it stops, frozen in a single agonizing second. I lost my ground the moment I received that call from my sister in Charleston. I was in my kitchen, the afternoon sun hitting the floor, completely unaware that my world was about to collapse. It's like I can still hear the crackle of the phone line and her voice trembling today. "Chloe, I don't have very good news for you. My God, I don't even know how to say this. Unfortunately, we lost our mother." "What? What are you talking about? What happened?" My heart wasn't just beating, it was thumping against my ribs like a trapped bird. She told me Mom fell down the stairs of her old Victorian house. They were waiting for the medical report, but the paramedics said it was instant. She broke her neck. I think I stayed paralyzed for a long time. The phone was still in my hand, but I couldn't feel my fingers. My mother was a woman so full of life. She was the one who taught me how to garden, how to laugh at my own mistakes, how to be strong. How could she just fall? How could the stairs she climbed for 30 years suddenly become her end? I felt a coldness spreading from my chest to my limbs, a winter that had nothing to do with the Georgia weather outside. I had never cried so much in my entire life. It wasn't just the sadness, it was the weight of everything unsaid between my mother and me. I held my daughter Caroline so tight I was afraid I'd hurt her, but she stayed right there, her small 7-year-old hands patting my back, glued to me until I could finally find enough air to breathe again. If I ever truly did. The house felt too big, the silence too loud. I needed a pillar, someone who knew my mother, someone who knew us before everything fell apart. I'd been separated from Ethan for almost 18 months. Our divorce hadn't been clean. It was a slow burn of arguments and exhaustion. But in that moment of crisis, the muscle memory of our marriage took over. He was the first person I thought of. It was a Saturday, the kind of humid afternoon where the air in Georgia feels like a blanket. I didn't care what he was doing or who he was with. I just dialed his number, my hand shaking so much I almost dropped the phone. He was the only one who could understand this pain. He loved her too. To him, she wasn't just my mother. She was the woman who treated him like the son he never had. He picked up on the third ring. He was shocked, naturally. You could hear the gravity of the situation hit him through the silence on the line. My mother had always adored Ethan. Back when we were married, she used to joke that he was her favorite son-in-law. "Chloe, stay put. Don't move. I'll be there in 30 minutes tops. I'm coming to you." When I opened that door and saw Ethan standing there, I didn't say a word. I just threw myself into his arms and started breaking down all over again. He didn't pull away. He held me with a strength that I had forgotten he possessed. For a moment, just a fleeting, beautiful moment, the three of us were together in that hallway. Ethan, Caroline, and I, like we were a family again. My family. But reality has a way of crashing back in. I had to travel to Charleston to say my final goodbye. The thought of that drive felt like a mountain I couldn't climb alone. Ethan looked at me, his eyes filled with a genuine sorrow, and made the offer that changed everything. Chloe, you're in no state to drive, and I'm not letting you and Caroline take a bus. I'm driving you to Charleston. I'll stay as long as you need. I was so grateful I almost missed the warning signs. Ethan wasn't just my ex-husband anymore. He was someone else's partner. He had been dating Rachel for almost a year of her building a life where I was just a ghost from the past. Ethan, what about Rachel? Have you talked to her? I know how she feels about me. I don't want to be the reason for a war. Ethan said he was going to talk to her. He told us to get ready and said he'd be back soon to pick us up for the long haul to Charleston. I was certain he'd show up with Rachel sitting in the passenger seat, watching my every move just to mark her territory. I prepared myself for the coldness. But when the headlights finally cut through the evening mist, he arrived alone. There was no Rachel, just Ethan, looking exhausted and weary. I climbed into the car, the leather seat smelling of his coffee and that familiar cedar cologne. Where is she, Ethan? How did she take it? He didn't say a word. He just gripped the steering wheel a little tighter and made this face, a weary, tight-lipped expression I knew all too well. I didn't need him to speak. I knew. She wasn't happy. She was probably furious, left behind while he drove his ex-wife into the sunset of their shared past. When we arrived in Charleston, the city felt different. Seeing my mother's casket, it was like a final brutal blow to the chest. All the strength Ethan had given me just drained away, leaving me hollow. I sobbed uncontrollably, my knees buckling as we approached the gravesite. I was clinging to Caroline, trying to be strong for her, but I was the one who was falling apart. Ethan stood by my side the entire time. He didn't care about the whispers from the relatives who knew we were divorced. He held my hand, he rubbed my back. He even took Caroline in his arms when I couldn't hold her anymore. He was my rock, my absolute anchor in a sea of grief. Chloe, look at him. Do you think you and Ethan will get back together now? He's being so supportive. He hasn't left your side for a second. Don't, Sarah, please. He has Rachel now. It's too late for us. After the funeral, it was time to leave Charleston. The drive back was a slow, heavy ache. The silence in the car wasn't awkward anymore. It was thick, filled with unspoken grief and that strange, magnetic intimacy that only shared trauma can create. We talked about my mom, the way she used to defend Ethan during our loudest fights. For those hours on the highway, the divorce papers didn't exist. It almost felt like we were a couple again, like we were just a husband and wife coming home from a difficult weekend. I found myself looking at him in the glow of the dashboard lights, really looking at Ethan. I realized how much I still loved the way his hands gripped the wheel. He's here now, but he's thinking of her. Am I just a temporary stop on his way back to his real life? The next few days were a blur of gray. But Ethan, He didn't just disappear back into his life with Rachel. He kept coming back. On Tuesday, he showed up at my door with bags of groceries. He helped Caroline with a school project, sitting on the floor just like he used to. When it was time for him to go, he lingered at the door. The air between us was charged, thick with the humidity of a Georgia evening. He looked at me for what felt like an eternity. "Chloe, I've been worried. Are you really going to be okay here tonight? I think I'd be better if you didn't leave. Just for tonight, Ethan, please." I couldn't believe it. He was actually staying. The sound of his tires on the gravel of my driveway felt like a victory. I thought he'd be dying to get back to Rachel, but instead, he chose to be here with us. Just knowing he was under this roof again, it changed the very air in the house. "Ethan, did you call her? Does Rachel know where you are?" "Yeah. I told her the arrangements took longer than expected. I told her I wouldn't be back until tomorrow." After dinner, it was just the two of us alone in the living room where we used to dream about our future. Ethan looked at me, his voice a low rumble. "Listen, Chloe, I don't even need a guest bed. I can just crash on the sofa. I don't want to make things complicated." We ended up spending the entire night in that room, in the same bed that had been ours for so many years. I fell asleep with my head on his chest, listening to the steady beat of his heart. When I woke up at dawn, for a split second, the grief was replaced by a wave of intoxicating hope. But the morning brought a different kind of storm. Ethan was in the shower when the silence was shattered by a violent pounding on my front door. It was Rachel. She didn't wait for me to speak. She practically ran over me, charging into my hallway. "Where is he? Where is that lying son of a bitch hiding? I know he's here, Chloe." Rachel ran straight to the bathroom. Then she saw it. My bedroom door was wide open. The unmade bed, Ethan's clothes, his shoes. She went pale. The shower stopped. Ethan walked out, a towel around his waist, dripping wet. He froze. He didn't stay to comfort me. He grabbed his clothes and ran after her, calling her name into the morning air. Later that night, my phone finally buzzed. It was him. "Listen, Chloe, I managed to calm her down. She chose to believe my lies, but after last night, I can't stop thinking about you. We can keep seeing each other like this, on the side. No one has to know." That was the moment I found my strength. I realized that the man I loved wouldn't ask me to hide in the shadows of his life. "No, Ethan, you don't get it. I won't be your mistress. I won't live on the crumbs of your love while you give her the meal. I still love you, but I will never, ever be your second choice." It takes an incredible amount of strength to choose yourself when your heart is screaming for someone else. Chloe lost her mother, but in that grief, she finally found herself. She walked away with her head held high, proving that being alone is far better than being an option. Confidential listeners, the question I leave for you tonight is a heavy one. Was Chloe right to walk away from the man she still loves just to save her pride? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe to join our confidential community. Stay strong, keep your secrets safe, and goodbye for now.